Welcome to Taiwanica. If you're looking for a podcast that is fun, deep, and insightful about the cultures in Taiwan and the USA, you're in the right place. This power couple tells real-life stories and cold hard facts while bringing you chill vibes, funny jokes, and special points of view that you can't find anywhere else. Now, your hosts, Anita and Eric.
This is episode 24, talking about dating. Welcome to Taiwanica. What's up, guys? My name is Eric, one of the hosts here on Taiwanica podcast, and also an amazing teacher on Amazing Talker. That's right, you heard it from me first, but please don't let me keep the whole entire spotlight. Let me also introduce the one, the only, gorgeous, Anita.
Hi guys, I'm Anita. I'm the other host on Taiwanica podcast, and I am another amazing talker on Amazing Talker. I'm sorry, the amazing talker on Amazing Talker.
Wow, she just totally made herself number one there, everybody. Strap in your helmets because it's going to be a bumpy ride on this episode now, isn't it?
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be awkward.
Not really.
It's going to be romantic.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be all about how you pick up people in other countries.
It doesn't
just
sound
like
right.
use dollars and pennies on the ground.
Okay.
Yes.
So.
All right. So, Anita, you're the one that had the idea of this episode. Please tell our listeners, why is it that you wanted to talk about dating today?
So, just so you guys know, it was not my idea. It was Eric's idea.
It was?
Yes. It was
When?
Eric's idea. I don't know. You keep on talking about that. It's like, we should talk about dating in Taiwan because apparently someone has some experience wanting to share about his dating history in Taiwan. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, this
We'll
is...
get to that later.
Told it's going to get awkward.
You made it that way.
I know. So, okay. Well, then, what do you want to talk about?
Okay. So basically, just some ideas. Because I know, dating is fun. A lot of people wanted to date, especially like some foreigners in Taiwan. Just some tips to share with them, like how to approach, especially, men to boys to girls, how to, approach the girl and make the girl feel comfortable.
Especially a Taiwanese girl?
Yes.
You don't think you're special? You think you're a general part of the Taiwanese population?
Mom? I don't know how to answer the question.
All right.
But anyways, yeah, just some tips to share.
Absolutely.
And after that, we will share our, what's our worst
dating experience. Oh, well, they
I can't
are.
wait to share you.
They are
with you
so
guys.
juicy.
Yes.
So you're definitely in for a treat.
Yeah,
A chocolatey sweet treat. But before we do that, yes, in the USA, and I think most people might know already about how dating kind of works based off of the movies and the TV shows.
That's right.
But it only gives an outline of how it really is. There's a lot more details that I will be happy to share with you all after Anita gives us a little bit of background with the Taiwanese way. So please,
Okay.
go ahead.
In Taiwan, the most common places you can go, it's like, of course you can approach girls whenever, doesn't matter which occasion or what location. As long as you saw the girl that you really think, she's totally my type. I wanted to go grab a coffee with her or wanting to know more about her. It's always, good timing to approach girls. But there are some places could be, give you some more push, give you a kind of appropriate reason to approach girls.
I see. So, what are those kind of places that are appropriate to approach girls then?
The first one, coffee shop.
Coffee shop?
Yeah.
Like a Louisa? Or like
Louisa, yes.
Or like an I'm
Louisa.
Coffee if you live in Tainan?
Yeah, just in general, coffee
Really?
shop. Yeah.
But those places are so crowded with people and usually people are studying in there. Are you serious? Like, if I were a guy and saw a pretty Taiwanese girl just by herself in a cafe,
You want to talk to her?
I would want to, but wouldn't that be awkward?
That's about how you approach them.
Oh, how? Okay, so
How
we
you
got some
approach
tools
her.
here. What's the tool
Yes.
to approach a pretty Taiwanese girl?
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Yes. Talking about you, honey.
I'm so happy right now.
Wow.
I mean, like for us, for girls, for girls, I think what we like when guys approach us is not like, like most of the guys will think, oh, the woman, girls, like, mature man, macho man.
macho,
like,
yeah.
we go talk to the girl and show her how sexy
How you doing?
Yeah, like that. Or like, oh, look at me, I'm so rich, sort of things like that. That make us feel
Bling bling.
uncomfortable. That's what I'm saying. So,
Oh, don't do that.
yeah. What we want is the guy really sincere. So the way you approach them is like, for example, like the coffee shop is a perfect place for you to talk to a girl if you really see someone that you wanted to talk to.
Okay.
Go talk to her and just say, oh, your coffee or your drink looks great. What is it? What is you are drinking?
What is it you're drinking?
Yeah, like ask for help or ask some opinions. They will attract our attention.
Let's put a quote around that right there. Ask for help or ask for opinions. These are the key tools in order to hit on a Taiwanese girl in a coffee shop.
Yeah, they make us feel like, this little puppy needs our help, sort of things. Puppy!
I'm sorry. I don't know how to order my latte.
No, that's too much. That's too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But that's asking for help.
Oh, you mean like if you are foreigner, you're asking them how to...
Yeah, she got there, everybody. She got there. Good job, buddy.
What I thought you say, if the guy is Taiwanese and just ask
Explaining
for a girl.
herself. Yes, that's exactly what we did. Great job there, dear. So if it was a Taiwanese guy
Oh my God.
trying to hit on somebody, either it's a guy or a girl, like what would be your suggestion to them?
Still, like being sincere.
Be
So that's
sincere.
what I'm saying. That's in general.
Sincere.
Yeah, sincere. Don't pretend to be like, I'm super cool, that kind of things.
Don't be fake.
That we don't really like that.
All right. So you heard it from her, everybody, and she would know best because this lady's got some experience.
So, the next place is bookstore.
Oh, bookstore.
Yeah.
Shh. I'm reading.
No. So when you go there, you can also tell the girl that you like or that you're interested in wanting to talk to, ask her about, what kind of book are you reading?
I
It
like your
looks
library
very-
voice. It's really sexy.
Would you please?
Oh, sorry. So you go up and ask, hey, what book are you reading?
Yeah, just like, what book are you reading? I'm also very interested in this author. Or like, oh, the book is very fascinating. Things
yes.
like that. Approach it from the way of like, I wanted to engage the conversation instead of just, I'm so cool, I wanted to ask you out.
Okay, wait.
like
All right. I'm going to just put a quick pause here.
Yes.
Okay. So how does a girl not know when you're in a coffee shop or in a bookstore that the guy is only trying to hook up with the girl, to do a booty call, to, like in our previous one, the birds and the bees, or like sitting on someone's lap. And so...
usually in Taiwan, it's very... I know like in America, a lot of people will pretend they are like, oh, I love reading books, and I'll go to the bookstore to pick up some girls.
Sure.
But after they would just use the lady as a booty call or something like that. But in Taiwan, actually, those places...
I like how you said we.
in those places, we are pretty straightforward. The guy who wanted to booty call, they wouldn't put an effort to go to a bookstore to pick up girls.
So, but wouldn't Taiwanese women know that foreigners use this as a method? So how would this be a good idea for foreigners to try?
Like I said, being sincere. If the guy wasn't sincere in the beginning, any kind of relationship, it all starts from, the guys, two people, like meeting each other, having a conversation, sort of things like that. So, which I will give some tips. Just sharing my personal experience. I'm not telling people that I'm so
No,
good.
sure.
Or
No, I'm
like,
just curious how would you avoid these problems?
You have to, if you engage a conversation with you, and you think this guy is genuine and, sincere, and then, you can
tell.
Yeah, and you can tell, and you can devoted your own time to figure it out.
And make a decision.
Yes.
Based on this.
Yeah. So, of course, if the guy really wanted to trick you, then there's no way to tell.
Okay. So, I got it. It's all about being sincere and genuine and open with the person. Yeah. Don't have to pretend to be somebody else.
No.
Taiwanese girls really like people who are just honest.
Yeah, and also we are, some girls are really shy. You know, and you don't approach.
The Taiwanese shy.
Yeah, and like you don't approach the girls like, oh, I like your dress, or you know, I like, you know, like just say something.
Their hair.
Yeah, don't.
Their makeup.
They will be shy. They will be like, I don't know how to talk to you if you approach me.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're shy. So you
better ask sincere. A question.
Yeah.
Oh,
like that.
I like it. It's easier to start with a question. If you hear that guys, very good advice. If you ever want to meet a girl in a library or a bookstore or even a coffee shop, ask the question and everything else will fall into place. Like the dominoes drop.
Oh, there's a red flag.
Red flag.
Never go to a girl and say, are you by yourself or are you alone? Like, that is just
super like biantai.
Yes.
Or perverted questions.
Even though you look like you are like very nice guy,
man.
whatever. Yeah. Don't say that.
That's red flag. All right. Never ask those two questions.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't.
All right. So where could, just saying, if I was a single man, you know, completely different life.
You wish.
No, I don't. I completely love my life right now. But let's just say I was, okay? And I wanted to get some bootay. I wanted to have some fun with a lady.
Enjoy your time.
Yeah, enjoy my time. And I knew there were going to be ladies in Taiwan who would want the same thing. Where would I find them?
Okay, so of course, like bars. I'm not saying everybody approaching you at the bar just wanting to, you know, have sex with you or things like that. No, but you just, you know, the places.
Bars is one of them.
Bar.
What about clubs?
Definitely club. Club is definitely. Yeah. It's definitely a place.
Okay.
You know, I'm not saying definitely, I'm sorry. Like 90%.
That's a definitely.
Definitely it's like 100%, but I'm saying it's like a little bit down, lower, down. Like 90 because...
So bars is what?
Bar is definitely lower. Bar is probably like 65 or 70.
Okay, because like Ed Sheeran, according to Ed Sheeran,
that's
if you want to find a lover...
That's
where a bar is where I go.
That's totally what I say.
It's just like that's totally what he said. So I agree. It's about 60% for a bar.
60,
but
70,
club, I think the
90.
ratio is like if you really want to just go and have fun, you go to a club. That reminds me of my very first night in Taiwan.
And also because I don't want it to make it sound so bad, but it could happen immediately.
Wow.
Okay, the end. Moving on to the next
clubs, everybody. Clubs. If you've been to a club, careful. You know what we're talking about.
That's right.
All right. So,
anyways.
But I also see that you want to talk about something a little bit different, like friends of friends. What does that mean?
Okay, so again, I mentioned earlier, some girls are like they're just really shy, even though some guy approached them.
Doesn't know how to respond.
Yeah, they just
like
don't
someone
know.
talking another language to them.
Yes, and so the most common way is to know someone from, you know, their friends, or, you know, just hang out.
Friend of a friend.
Yeah, friend of a friend. And
oh, you know Marge? Yeah, Marge is friends with Lily.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, things like that. And also, like, there are a lot of people, especially what I heard the most is the engineers.
Engineers?
Yeah, because they work like 12, 14 hours. They don't really have
They live in their factories.
Yeah, and their co-workers are mainly men. So they
true.
don't really have the chance to meet up girls. So they will either, meet up with friends of friend or like their co-workers. If they are lucky, they find some female co-workers.
I see. And so they make a little tribe inside of the horde of engineering men. And then they try to find some, friends of friends to be able to find a good person to date.
Yeah. You know, at least that you know this person because of your friend. You know, you kind of like know what is going on, what is this person's background.
Sure.
things like that.
Yeah, I feel out for those engineer girls. Shinju, right? Shinju is like
Shinju is the place.
The place for all engineers go.
It's a nest.
Yes, and it's basically where they all are.
Then we have some students and we were asking them like, what did you do? And then they would be like, oh, engineer. Oh, you're from Shinju, right?
Yes, you ask automatically. If it's not Shinju, it's Taoyuan.
Or Tainan.
Or Tainan, really?
Yeah, now they have like new factory in Tainan.
Oh wow, but still, like Shinju is still like the mother, the mother location.
The womb.
The womb. Oh my god, where it bursts them. Can we not be so gross? We're talking about people here. Okay, so it's easy to talk to people.
Yep.
And so what are the steps? Okay, so let's just say we are now meeting someone. I meet you, Anita. Hey, I have a question. You know.
Are you doing the role play?
I am right now. Okay, we're starting. And action. So I don't know how to order my coffee. Can you help me?
Sure. What would you like to drink?
I would like a and everyone take a note here. This is my favorite drink. I would like a iced oat milk latte. And make sure it's a medium with light ice.
Okay, so you want me to order for you, or you want me to?
Can you order a drink for me and for you?
Oh, I'm already drinking my coffee.
Oh, okay, that's cool. If you want anything, you let me know.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, but can you help me order my drink then?
Baby, never ask a girl to do a thing for you.
Why?
Because.
Do for me. Do for me.
We don't like to be bossing around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't tell us what to do. If you need help, ask for help. And I'll tell you.
Not be bossed around.
Mm-hmm.
So, I asked you to help me order the drink.
I'll teach you how to order.
Oh, teach me. Okay, can you teach me how to order a latte?
Of course.
Okay. So obviously, like one of the most important things when you are about to start a relationship with somebody is to have chemistry, right?
Exactly.
We do not have that in this relationship. What we just talked about.
You're holding a fireworks, and I'm just holding a bucket of ice.
Yes, and you're just I'm out. Extinguished. Yeah. So, okay, but let's just say it did work. Okay, and you actually liked what I did. Okay, then I want to, make the next move. Like, we're talking for a little bit, and then I say, in USA, what we would say is basically, I'd really like to meet you again. Is that okay with you? And you would say, what would you say?
I'm sorry, I was kind of enjoying this roleplay because this guy had never asked me that. All right, so.
Hey, Anita, I would really like to meet you again sometime. Okay.
So if, like this, we have a little conversation and we wanted to meet another time, of course. But in Taiwan, our way is to remember, taking notes, to exchange line.
Oh. So, wait. I think I know this in Chinese. You would say, 可以加 line 吗? Thank you. So, you could just say, 可以加 line 吗?
Yes.
And then,
in the cute way. Especially if you are foreigners. This is like, bing bing plus.
可不可以加 line?
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. So, you do that. They say yes, you're pretty much locked in, right?
You could say so.
You could say so?
Yeah.
What if, then you get ghosted from the line?
Oh, then I'm sorry.
It's over. It's like a fake phone call, right? It's like a fake phone number. In the USA, what we would used to do before everyone had caller ID, with a girl would just give a fake phone number. Talking about the, the year, millions of years ago, apparently. Nowadays, if it's like that, we will give them our, WhatsApp.
Oh, like some other messengers, that kind of thing.
And then if we really don't like them, we just block them.
Yeah. It's the same for us.
Oh, really? Online? Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how long do you usually text before the next move?
There is no rules, guys.
No rules.
Because a lot of guys will be like, oh, we should wait for like 3 days until we text the girl we met in a coffee shop.
Oh, you have the 3-day rule.
No, I was talking about American.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right?
Americans are totally about that 3-day rule, and everyone breaks it. Everyone breaks it. They make it a day, and they're just like, can't do it. Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Usually, like, if that happens to me in, when they will just text me on the same day, like, I just make it home or something like that. Make me feel like
Sincere.
He's sincere and he's thinking about me, like that. Don't give me like 3-day rules that kind of.
She just did a sassy
things.
thing with her neck.
Like this is not a game. If you wanted to start a relationship if you want this relationship to go further, don't start it with some kind of game playing or, don't start with that.
Right. So just be natural.
Yeah.
So what about meeting up?
So after you guys change lines, you talk to each other for, depends, sometimes few days, sometimes few weeks, depends on how like the chemistry go between the two of you. And, usually the guy will start engage the questions.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to work this Saturday, and I know a really good coffee shop. Would you like to go there and with me? Things like that.
So very similar to the USA. It's usually the guy who initiates it, unless there's a very enthusiastic girl.
Talking about me.
Yes, there are some, and there's one sitting next to me. So if you go meet up, you're saying coffee shop. I mean, I've heard from many a time from lots of my friends who are foreigners that they would meet their first date at the night market.
Yeah.
Is that a normal place?
Yeah, it's definitely a normal place, especially like, you're a foreigners and you're asking a Taiwanese girl out. We are very, we're welcoming everybody, and we wanted to be like kind of like your host.
Oh.
I wanted to show like what
hostess.
meaning.
Nothing. Nothing. Very, very different meaning. I'm sorry.
Go away, you. Why are you here?
Okay, sorry. So going to night market is kind of a way to introduce the country.
Like Taiwan. You're like, there's something really, really good I wanted to show you. Try this, try that.
Okay. But I have to ask, because this is a very American thing. What about going to movies? Because Americans one of our first dates that we do is always going to a movie, putting the arm around the girl's shoulder, sharing a popcorn. Yeah, maybe even a drink if you're lucky enough.
Wow.
You have 2 straws, of course, not the same straw.
So cute.
Yeah, so this is the very common American style first date. Which is it a thing in Taiwan?
Also, yeah, it's usually a thing too.
Really? Okay. What else? What else is there in Taiwan?
Oh, there's a very special place.
Oh?
I think only Taiwanese people go there for dates.
For the first date? Where is that?
It's either first date or, some other.
Many dates.
Okay, yes. KTV. The
KTV?
Yeah. We especially like this recent year, we have like a small booth, in the like department store. You put coins in it.
Yes, those private ones.
Yeah, like little booth, and you guys just stay there, singing
together.
Yeah.
Those are cute.
That's cute, right?
That counts as a date? Just like sitting there together and singing in those little private booths?
Yeah, of course they wouldn't.
That's so cute.
They wouldn't say, let's just go to that booth. Of course, you have to
let's
make
go
a
to a booth in Xinguang and
it doesn't sound romantic.
have fun in the KTV box where we share the same air for the next hour.
There will be like, they also mentioned about some places like Taiwanese people usually go hang out. Like, in America, we like to hang out with our friends in the park.
Right. Parks are definitely a go-to.
Yeah. But in Taiwan, we like to go to department stores.
Right. Because there is free AC.
Free ACs. Yes. And, just a lot of things you can see.
Yeah.
And usually around the department store, we'll have like other like things that you can check out, like weekend fair.
Yes,
sort of thing,
like outside of it, right? Around the area. There's sometimes like clothes that they're selling or food. Yes, I remember, especially in Taichung, there were quite a few of those.
Yeah. So department is also like a go-to. Like, let's just go to Xinguang this weekend.
Yeah,
things like that.
Your department stores are phenomenal in Taiwan.
And we have like really
even
good
have like ice skating rinks or, like video game centers.
And like
or
VR
3 different movie theaters or virtual reality stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of fun things that you can do.
So much stuff to do there. It's incredible.
Yeah, but the KTV like booth is definitely a hit.
Yeah, totally a new trendy thing. I definitely remember seeing them in very strange parts of the department store. I was like near the elevator, and I was just like, "Why is this here?" But all of a sudden, there are people always in there.
Right?
Yes.
Like seems like they're having fun inside the little booth.
We could have a whole episode about KTV.
Yeah. Anyways,
so let's just say it was a hit. All right, it was a knockout. You had a great first date. All right, so. Let's hear some rules. So in the USA, the traditional rule is you don't kiss on the first date.
Oh.
This rule has slowly been bended and bent and twisted and all these sort of things over the years, where people are, kissing on the first date or more. But what
Holding hands.
Yes.
What are you guys thinking?
He's so dirty, you dirty-minded people. What about Taiwan? What is the rule? Is it 3 times kiss or 1 time kiss, or what is it?
We actually don't have those rules.
You don't have rules.
We don't. Of course, we are very shy. So for the first date, more likely we wouldn't kiss and we wouldn't even holding hands.
Really?
If you are really shy, everybody's different. Some people are going for different styles, but, in general, most of the cases are first date, just like, ha 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 ha, like this. If the girl touch you like this when you say something funny, yeah, that's a good sign. But we really usually don't do like holding hands or even kiss.
Wow, no holding hands even. So when does
some cases?
In some cases, okay. Let's just pull it out and for everyone to see what is the most traditional way. That was really sexual. I'm sorry about that. What is the most traditional way to basically get to the kissing stage in a Taiwanese relationship?
Oh, okay. So it's definitely holding hand. Oh, no. Holding hand. No. Holding hand. The first step is like physical.
Arm over the shoulder.
Yes, arm over the shoulder first. If the girl didn't say no, that means you are having a really higher chance
to get to holding hands.
Next step, yeah, which is holding hands.
Okay. And then after holding hands
would be kiss.
So there's no set time.
No.
Not set amount of dates. Just depends on how fast one of the people make a move.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So there's endless possibilities in Taiwan. Very cool. That's interesting. It's a very interesting situation. So, thank you for sharing all of Taiwan's point of view. But just one last thing. How the heck do you know? And this is not a problem in just Taiwan. I think this is an Asian thing. Okay. And that is, how do you know when you're boyfriend and girlfriend in a relationship? Because I know some people, I just want to say this real quick, that, have been in like a partner, quote unquote partner relationship for years because no one ever asked if they were boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah, nobody strike the question.
Yeah, so I was like, so when did you find out that you were boyfriend or girlfriend? And one of my students told me one time, oh, neither of us ever asked. So technically we went from being dating to married.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so what about,
but,
what is it?
I think like this being partner thing is really Western for me.
Really? Partner?
Yeah, like being partners. Because usually when we go on a date, we really like this person. And either one, is either sometimes boys or girl. Of course, boys, in most cases.
Sure.
They will ask like, they will go to a romantic place, can enjoy the night view sort of things like that. And then just ask, oh, do you want to be my girlfriend or something like that? Oh. That's like the most like standard kind of order, to be
really romantic place.
Yeah.
And strike it nervously. Just be like, would you
be my
Pikachu?
Ah! What do you think?
I love it. Totally not planned. Not planned at all. That was great.
Alright, so usually this is like the most traditional way, that's what we're supposed to do. And I also noticed that kind of question because my 2 sisters, they are 7, 8 years older than me. So they are both like this, go on a date, few days, and boys will ask, do you want to be my girlfriend?
The real traditional way.
Yeah, and when it comes to me, sometimes I can go on a date for a guy, I never really like him, and we're holding hands, the whole time we're kissing, everything, but
me.
They never ask me, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Not me. Oh, wow.
And for me, I was like, I thought we are kind of boyfriend and girlfriend because girls, we don't usually ask the questions.
Right. You just assume, right?
And, kind of like for us, that is a little bit humiliating for us to ask, are we boyfriend or girlfriend?
Oh,
I mean, for me. So I never asked a question until one day we go out and then he went to order something. And then he was just saying, oh, my friend wanted something. So he called me his friend in front of everybody. So I was like,
oh, no, that's a sign.
Oh, okay, that's not.
Yeah, you're not boyfriend, girlfriend if that happens.
Yes.
If you're announced as a different status in front of the friends, then you know.
So that's when we know. So these are also the things I really wanted to know. Because for me, it's all very like Western kind of thing.
Sure.
Or like, you don't ask. We don't label it. And there's one time I really asked. I say, am I your girlfriend or something like that? And then he was just like, don't you have good time? Don't you, are you not enjoying the time with me?
Oh, wow. Defensive.
Yes. It's like, then that's all that matters. We don't need to, label each other as a boyfriend, girlfriend, or in a relationship, as long as you are having a great time.
I think a lot of people are scared of the title because of commitment.
Exactly.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't willing to take on responsibility of fully dedicating themselves to one person.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of fear factors in that, you have to, it's like, okay, I'm committed to you. So now I need to like turn off all of my, options and focus completely on to this person. And a lot of people are just not willing to do that, I feel like.
And also like, I feel of course, there are some like really, really good relationship all because of from like the man asked girl out and everything just happened naturally.
Of course, millions of exceptions.
But some cases when if the relationship is going to this way, like the guy doesn't want it to admit, and you don't know where are you in this relationship, where is this relationship going, that is when you should ask, what do you want? And if you want is the guy's wants, then
you have a good match.
Yeah, but if it's not, then it's okay.
In other words, open communication.
Exactly. It's very important.
The most vital thing in a relationship.
Seriously.
If you don't have that, then why are you in a relationship with people?
It doesn't, of course, having a great time is also very important. But again, if you're also okay with this kind of relationship, like without titling anything, then you keep going.
Sure.
Or whatever this relationship is heading to. But
absolutely,
when you have this question like me, am I your girlfriend? When you start to have these questions, then
be honest with it.
Yeah, if the guy says no or give you like this ambiguous answers, and then
you can give him time if you wanted to think about it after you ask, or if it really feels awkward afterwards, cut loose. It's
fine.
There's millions of fish in the sea. So,
and also another things I wanted to tell or share is most of people don't want it to end a relationship because they don't want to be alone.
Right. Oh yes. Dependency.
Yes. They don't like the feeling. They don't have
lots of people like this. Yes.
So
they literally hop from relationship to relationship. They don't like being alone with their own thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And there are people who really feel like the presence of another person makes them feel whole and, good for them. But in general, I think that is a human condition.
Yeah.
If you are, especially when you're from a bigger family, if you have like a lot of people around you all the time, maybe you want to be around them even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting. So what about I love you? When do you say 我爱你?
I never had an experience for Taiwanese people, but...
Oh, honey. 我爱你.
Yeah, to be honest, you are the very first... Let me think about it. Yeah, you are the only one and the very first one. Sorry. You're the very first one and the only one. And the last one to say that I love you.
Mwah.
Yeah. Because me, personal experience, I never going on a date with Taiwanese people. I don't know when they say I love you, but from my previous relationships experience, they never say I love you. And that's when, again, I never asked. So until I met you, that you telling me, like saying I love you is another deeper commitment to a relationship.
Absolutely.
Right? So when we first started dating, you're like, oh, I really wanted to say the L word, but I'm afraid, kind of like this feeling. So we invented another term for that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then until we we were
committed
dating
to it,
for like
a
3
few
months, right?
Few months, yeah.
And until we met again.
Yes.
Then it's all like romantic.
Yes.
Epic.
We just had a love explosion.
Please don't say
just
that.
like saying love after everything.
Yeah. So
I love you like I love sushi.
And I love you more than sushi. Anyways, so
That's a really hard
and
choice.
it's like a big moment for
it is,
right?
It is a big moment. In Taiwan, is it like that, or is it kind of more casual? You just be like, you're at a restaurant, be like, "Well, I need."
There are a lot of cases is they
There's
don't say I love you at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
我喜欢你. I like you. What about that?
They will say 我喜欢你. But
Okay.
it's kind of like, in a very ambiguous like kind of stage.
So you don't have to say it. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, and most of the relationship they don't really say I love you.
Interesting.
It's kind of like Taiwanese thing, Asian.
I think it's kind of an
mindset?
Asian thing. Yeah, Asian
Right?
mindset. Yeah, because
Parents never say they love me.
yeah, your dad said he
Sorry.
loved you the very first
Oh
time.
yeah, the very first time last week.
Yeah, that was great.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Good job, Dad. All right. So that's great. So, that's a very interesting thing because in the USA, and just as a side note, in Latin culture, saying I love you is like, part of everyday contact, at the end of phone calls, at the, every hug, and we hug a lot. And, in any situation where you're like meeting or when you're saying goodbye, it's like, no matter what, we'll say, I love you.
I love you.
Yeah. It's just part of our culture. It's part of our identity, expressing love is just who we are,
That's for family though. So,
sure. Even with relationships, though, I think it's very common.
So question.
Yeah.
When you say I love you in the relationship to your girlfriend, that means you consider her is your...
My one and only. Not family.
Not family yet.
No, she is still separated. Wife status is family status.
Wow.
Okay, but girlfriend is separated. She's like her own identity.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yeah. And so it's kind of like if you look at different colors, okay? So a girlfriend would be like a light pink, and then a wife would be a dark red. And family is also a dark red. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, so the girlfriend's light pink. She's just, love you. But it's not like, honey, I love you.
Okay.
All right. So you know the difference?
Gotcha.
If you understood that, make sure to donate money on Buy Me a Coffee / Taiwanica.
Did not see that coming. Totally did not.
Curveball. I love you. Okay. So, yes. Anyways, so no labeling, but in the USA, we love to label. It's a humongous thing. But there are people who don't like the label too.
Yeah.
Just calling it partner.
Yeah.
Totally a thing, especially with same-sex relationships. Partner is more of a thing rather than saying boyfriend or girlfriend. And so it's kind of more of a flexible title these days. It really just depends on the people's preference. If the person says they want to be titled that, you have to make the commitment to do so. Otherwise, the relationship can't really move forward. And so that comes to the main point that I want to say as kind of like getting up to the end of our conversation about dating and relationships. Everyone listening, there's a one word that for me, that represents a healthy relationship. And Anita can vouch for me later if I'm doing it good or not. And that word is compromise. And so compromising, I'm scared what I'm about to say now. If you don't hear from me in the next episode, you know what happened. All right. So
the next episode will be, hi guys, Anita, just me.
Yeah,
just me today.
Okay,
Eric's on a vacation.
Good God. So compromise, it's basically like what it sounds like. The word compromise has the word promise in it.
Wow.
And so it's a promise. So it's a compatible promise, a compromise. And so basically you and your partner, whoever they are, maybe don't like something about each other. I don't like the way that you smack things on the table when you're really angry, staring at Anita. And then Anita tells me, well, I really don't like you yelling all the time.
Yeah, or like banging on the wall like a baboon.
Yes, okay. I'm still talking about herself. Okay. Okay. But the point is that when you have a compromise, you say, okay, I don't like this about you. You don't like this about me. I promise to not do this anymore if you promise not to do this. And I think this is the molding of any healthy relationship. You know, you're going to like tons of things about that person. That's obvious. If not, why would you be with them? You're going to love them for, you know, their smile, their laugh, you know, their way, how they pick their nose. I mean, like, you're going to have lots of things that you're going to absolutely enjoy, but there are going to be a lot of things that you don't like too. Okay. And in those moments, do you settle with them or do you tell them about those things that you don't like? And I really think that if you want to be able to set a happy relationship, you gotta tell them how you truly feel. And they will find something that they really don't like about you too. You're not perfect, okay? You're really not. No matter, I'm talking to myself, okay? I'm just thinking about looking in the mirror, all right? So it's like, Eric, you are not perfect, okay? You cannot pretend that you're no matter what doing everything right, because you're not. You mean, like, that other person loves you, but they're going to find something that they don't like about you, and you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
So for me, if there's one message that you learned from your good host Eric today, is be okay with compromising in your relationship.
Okay. Well said.
Thank you.
Good job, honey. So the official announcement that Eric will be joining us next episode.
Yes. Yes.
All right. For me, I'm very simple. I mean, you know, every kind of relationship, you have to figure out what you want, and what you want is also the other person's want. I've heard a relationship expert once. He used a very, very good way to put it. To describe a relationship. He said, and I quote, having a relationship is building a castle together. Okay, so building a castle together. And it requires two people to build the castle together. So you cannot feel like you're the only one who is building putting in the brick, doing all the hard work, and the other person just, once in a while come check, hey, how's it going? How is your wall doing? How's the painting going? If you feel like this is the relationship is uneven, again, what you want and the other person's wants doesn't meet with each other, then talk. If really the other person's want doesn't require your need, then be brave and be okay of ending the relationship that doesn't serve you.
Yes.
That's totally okay.
That's a very mature thing to do.
Yeah, and a lot of people are just like, maybe he will change. If I do more, he will change. If I do that, he will be better. That's all in your mind. Right. You have to figure it out if the other person's also willing to put in the same amount of effort like you do.
Yes.
Right.
And, another great quote on that, if I may, is just, the whole thing about change is, those who desire to change, then they will, and that overpowers their desire to stay the same, then that's a sign that they will do that. But if you don't see someone desiring to change, that's a really good sign that they're going to stay the same way, right?
And I also heard another most common situation is like the girl, they are like got dumped by their boyfriend, things like that. Yeah. And they'll be like, am I not good enough? Yes. I used to date like this person. He was like really rich, have this kind of car, and he never dumped me. But this kind of person is just so normal. Did I do something wrong? Don't take anything personally. Yes, if you did make some mistake, admit your mistake and fix it. Right. But if someone wanted to, most of the cases, if they ended like this, must be already have some problems before, and you will try to be blind without seeing those. The problems there, but you just like I said, maybe he will change, maybe. So you kind of, patch those kind of problem. Like, just think about the house again, like this house, castle. There you go, castle.
Paying attention.
Castle.
Yes.
castle is already leaking, but you're using the tape called maybe to patch those, maybe tomorrow this place won't
So
stop
visible.
leaking. Maybe tomorrow, like, you will fix it by yourself.
Tape trying to fix a castle that is leaking.
Yeah.
When the tape is maybe.
Yes.
And the castle's your relationship.
Yes.
Oh, that castle's so doomed.
Yeah, right?
Oh my God.
So, seeing the problem, if you wanted to move on, fix the problem together. Don't just, maybe,
Pretend.
yeah, or I will end this relationship when I met someone better.
Oh yeah,
Never
adding
works that
conditions to
way.
it.
Yes.
No, you're
So-
going to just become more and more reliant on that person. The more time you spend with someone, the more you're going to want to be with that person because they become more and more
Your
a part of
comfort zone.
you and the comfort zone. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. So you become part of each other after a while. I don't know if you noticed, but Anita and I are like exactly the same now because we're always with each other. So it's the whole thing is that you just gotta, really take action. Be okay with being uncomfortable. There's a lot of good things in the unknown.
Yeah. And quick preview for our next episode, we'll be talking about love.
Yes,
Okay.
love.
So we'll share more to our next episode. And one last thing I wanted to share, and we were about to end this episode, which is for some people, they don't know if they like this person, but should I engage, But, because of my ex, she treated me, or he treated me like so many, like, she treated me so wrong, or he treated me so wrong. This person, should I do this? Should I, engage this new relationship? Will he or will she do the same?
Oh, good question.
A lot of people asking this question. My tip is, here we go. Another quote from me. Don't use someone else's mistake in the past to define the person that you are with currently.
Oh, that's deep. Because everyone is different, right?
Yeah. Even the same behavioral pattern,
Still different person, different
person,
background.
different situation.
I like to consider people like,
Yeah.
countries, so like if you like see, like your ex, maybe they were from Taiwan. Okay. But the next person you meet, maybe they're from a different country, like, Scandinavia.
Okay.
All right. Or Macau.
Okay.
Or something like that. Root to all you Macau listeners. And so, they're going to be very different.
Yeah. Different background, different personality, lots of different things.
You got it.
Yeah, your previous relationship didn't work out doesn't mean that this new relationship wouldn't work out too.
You got it.
Devote your time, pay attention, be true to who you are, and you'll have a good relationship.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, Anita. Thank you so much for
You're
the
welcome.
great ending.
Yay! I did it again.
Again, Anita's on fire.
Woohoo!
All right, so with that, thank you everyone for listening to today's episode. We hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends about it. We are trying our best to spread all across Taiwan and the USA and everywhere else where you're listening. So please make sure to help us with this mission. And finally, we really do love coffee, right, Anita?
We do.
We really do.
Really do.
buymeacoffee.com/Taiwanica. All right. Don't forget it. All right. Just one coffee. That's all it takes.
For each.
For each. I get
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Well, anyways, on that note, we hope to see you guys again soon.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Taiwanica. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.